Good possession, though. Eddie gets the steal there.
Spins and drops it through. Eddie now with 11 in the double figures.
And that's how he's going to score. I'm sorry, Dan. That's how he's going to score. Cleaning up a missed shot off, Elias's missed dunk right there, getting a cheap steal off a guy not paying attention. That's where his offense is going to come from.
If he makes little plays like that, and then the possession a few plays ago in transition where Elias missed the dunk, those are going to be momentum plays for them throughout the season.
Higher. Harris with the rebound. Elias now with 6 rebounds and 10 points. Bell driving. Dower. Big Sam with 9, 2 rebounds.
Workman like only 4 of 10 from the field.
But I like the fact that he's gotten up 10 shots though tonight.
Exactly, yeah, he's grinding it out. Teams are now paying attention to him as you get an easy layup inside for Stevenett off the nice cut.
And Eddie running the floor, blocked from behind.
Got a whistle here.
And a whistle.
We're back to Dower. 4 of 10, but teams are now teeing up on him. They know who he is. He's not the big coming off the bench to give Zachary a blow. He's, as of right now, to start the year, the guy with his back to the basket at that 5 spot. He's going to get a lot of attention, and I think he's done a nice job of working through some of that tonight. And even the shots that he's missed, for the most part, have been good looks for him.
Eddie at the line. That last foul called on Jackson Stevenett. That's his 3rd personal, team's 2nd. Mike Hart on the floor now for Gonzaga, replacing Elias Harris. Bell, Pangos, Eddie, Hart, Dower. Hart with the offensive rebound, but a whistle. He was standing on the end line.
But that's what you love out of Mike Hart. He comes into the game. He's not going to score. You know that. He's going to try to do exactly that. Create extra possessions for you on the offensive glass. Defensively, maybe take a charge.
Southern Utah has 4 points this half. Guy Landry Eddie has 8. There's Damon Higher. Shot away. Tipped around, saved by Dower, got it to Eddie. Guy Landry now looking for his point guard, and there he is. Pangos. Hart. Pangos open 3 corner. Kevin now into double figures with 10 points. So guys, Gonzaga a lot more deliberate on offense in this half. Is that by choice, or is Southern Utah doing something different to get them more passes into the offense?
Well, I think Southern Utah's defensive intensity has picked up in this second half, but Gonzaga is being very efficient. They're just happening to make their shots this half.
Pangos. Dower.
Great pass. Great pass. Way to run the floor, Sam Dower. As a big, if you can run the floor like that and run it consistently, you put so much pressure on the defense. Collapse it, then it opens up the game for the guards.
That looked like a few extra steps there by Julian Scott, but he scores. Gonzaga on an 18-4 run. Or is it 18-6 now? There's Dower. Hart with the rebound right over Kohler.
Getting extra possessions. That's what Mike Hart is in the game for.
And then Bell just walks the baseline and plays it in.
You play against a guy like Hart, just doesn't take a possession off as you get a timeout here from Southern Utah.
But he comes in off the bench cold, and he looks to do what he does.
But it's just, particularly as a post player.
Yeah.
The guy's at the 3-point line. You don't expect him to fly in every time. You relax, and that's where he makes you pay. And obviously, we know what he does defensively, taking charges. He's an excellent rebounder for his size, too.
Look at the shoulders on that guy, Richard.
Yeah, last year was 4th on the team and a little over 1 offensive rebound per game. Finished the season with about 3 rebounds per game. So he can get it done on the glass, and then offensively, you saw right there attacking the offensive glass.
With Family Home Care, you always get the home court advantage you deserve. Live happy with FHC. And there you see the home court advantage for Gonzaga. Just 7 losses in this building since it opened. And well over 100 wins now. It's pretty impressive.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad
at all. You know, I think you look at one of the other main differences from the first half to the second half. Gonzaga was out-rebounded by 5 in the first half. They've come out and made that an emphasis, and I think that's one reason Mike Hart's in the game early in the second half. They're up +7 this half on the glass.
Shemek Karnowski in there as well, along with David Stockton. Already 15 on the shot clock. Kyle Dranginis in there for GU as well. 5 on the shot clock. Colley's got to shoot it with 2. Off the glass, no good. Scott lost it, then saved it. Quick shot is off by number 12, Chris Misenki. And now Stockton feeding Bell and through a home run pass.
David.
64-33 our score. We'll be right back. You know, it's the good players that really make this game look so easy. And there's 5 highlights right there where literally just looks so easy.
Well, so much
you guys
of it
played, you know how hard it is.
So much of it is just taking what the defense gives you. One time you come down, you make a good play, all of a sudden they try to take that away. You just read and react. And as long as you've practiced it time and time again, it becomes second nature. Easier said than done, though. You are right, Greg. I mean, sometimes big fellas, I'm not going to name names. It's hard to walk and chew gum and talk and pass the ball. And
I'll tell you, Corey wouldn't appreciate that.
He would. He might be here tonight, too. Corey Violette, one of the great big men in the history of this program. There's Julian Scott. I don't know how he does it, but he seems to get away with something, but I don't know what it is.
It's not quite orthodox, that's all.
That was unorthodox for sure, but Mike Hart, that was great defense.
Stockton watched by Jordan Johnson. Here's Bell. Missed that shot. He didn't miss many from 3 last year.
He missed that one, but great execution. UCLA cut into a side pick and roll, but single double action. Gary did a great job using that screen to create the opening. Just got to knock it down.
Stockton now keeps it and lays it in.
Tough finish under the outstretched hands of Scott. I think Scott thought he had himself a block there, but you see the craftiness right there. David shows the ball one way, able to slide the ball underneath the defender's hands and get himself an easy layup.
Gonzaga didn't shoot 40% in that first half. For the game now, they're up to, actually for the game now, they're up to 44.6. They're 57% from the floor this half. There's a good-looking bucket for A.J. Hess from 3. Hess, his first points of the game. Oh, they changed it to a 2. Brock Salzman. He had that pointed out before they announced it. Brock, of course, our statistician. Karnowski with the flush. I didn't get a chance to say it earlier, but Richard, you were at practice earlier this week. It seemed like every touch the big fella got at practice, he was looking to dunk it. None of this throwing the ball to the rim anymore.
Yeah, and they're making an emphasis of that. When he's gathered and can get himself going, he needs to try to finish strong at the rim. I think he has the tendency at times to want to rely too much on his touch as David gets fouled trying to go coast to coast and get himself 2 free throws. They want Karnowski to be a lot more aggressive when he sees the lane of the rim. You see right here, off a great feed from Kyle. Takes his time, goes up strong, probably drew the foul, finishes, hangs on the rim. GU up in a big way with 11:28 left.
Time now to announce our Subway sub of the game. It's time for melty, mouth-watering goodness. We just said that. I'm assuming tonight's sub is
But we're going with David Stockton.
David Stockton. Okay,
Easy
3
call.
steals, 2 assists, 9 points in 14 minutes. Throwing now double digits. He's up to 10 points.
Well, he changed the complexion of the game when he checked in the first half. Intensity-wise, picking up defensively, getting his hands on balls and passing lanes. Just a guy you want on your team.
Trent Guinness to Harris. And another flush for Big E.
Second possession here in the second half, where Dranginis' dribble penetration leads to a dunk for a big. He has an excellent feel. We talked about it during the exhibition game. He could play point at times. It's just the depth at that position for GU. It's not going to be needed, but he has that kind of feel with the ball.
Oh, there's that old saying, just because you make an occasional point guard play doesn't make you a point guard. He's just a good wing who can make point guard plays.
Left-hand finish by Julian Scott. Let me ask you this question, gentlemen. How many teams in the Big Sky would love to have David Stockton as we look at Karnowski again running the floor?
I would say every single one of them right about now. I mean, and you see the impact that he's had on this game tonight. Well, the problem for him is they've got a heck of a point guard in Kevin Pangos who starts the game, but Coach Few doesn't care who starts. It's who plays a significant part of the game.
Who finishes the game.
Who finishes the game.
Well, I think David's an excellent case study in a big miss by teams like in the Big Sky or the Summit League or even the lower level of the WCC. Teams and coaches got caught up with what they could see physically, not how he played on the floor. His feel and the fact that he can do so many things well offensively. Big hands, he can pass it, handle it. Defensively, he's just a nuisance. He's gotten better and better with his body. He's bigger, stronger. And you're absolutely right. Not just the Big Sky, but a lot of teams here on the lower level on the West Coast look at him and say that guy could start for us. That's impressive.
Colley, jump shot, that rolls in. I think it's safe to say that when David Stockton walked on at Gonzaga, Karnowski, another big fella.
He's going to be a favorite here.
I'd say he's going to be a factor here as well.
Oh, without a doubt.
7 feet, and he's beating everybody down the floor.
Well, he's a hard worker, too. Let's take a look at it. You don't see the pass, but a great pass over the top. And Karnowski, rather than trying to lay it up softly off the glass, taking up strong with 2 hands, something that we talked about just a few minutes ago he's working on, paying some dividends for him now.
Karnowski now with 13 points. That ball is off of Southern Utah. And go back to finish the point about David Stockton. When he came to Gonzaga as a walk-on, there were a lot of people around Spokane. David, of course, played in the GSL, who thought, what?
Well, again, it goes down to
but then he comes to a top 25 program, and he's going to earn 15 minutes a game.
Yeah.
You find a place where there's a niche for you, and you're competitive, and you're skilled, you're going to have success, and he's proving that.
Karnowski with 2 more, now with 15 points, 2 rebounds. And there's another finish by Julian Scott. Scott now with 8 points. And a foul call. Karnowski putting on a clinic here, gentlemen.
Well, what I've seen in just a couple weeks from the exhibition game versus Northwest Nazarene to tonight is he's much more willing to use his body to shield the defender. They call it sealing the defense. He's doing a great job of that. And then when he gets the ball, he's patient. He uses his size to his advantage, and he's finishing tonight.
And Richard, in the exhibition game, he didn't dunk the ball once.
No.
He's already had 2 tonight. And if he's going to go at the rim that aggressively, it means he's going to shoot more free throws this
Absolutely.
year,
and that's something that he can do, is get himself to the free throw line. And what I like about this transition that GU is going to make from Rob now to Karnowski being the bigger body on the team is Karnowski, a lot like Rob, can make his free throws. He's got good touch at the charity stripe. So that's a big value down the down the stretch of a game. Dan, you can talk to that. Having bigs who can make free throws because they're going to get fouled.
Higher stepped on the sideline, Dan. Finish your thought.
Well, close games, you want guys who can make free throws. And if your best players don't make free throws, you can't put them in at the end of the games. And you want your best players out there to finish the games.
Karnowski, the 6th zag now in double figures tonight. Here's Dower. Left it for Karnowski. He should have shot that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Colley, trouble. Sam knows it too. When you're a player and you make that mistake, you know it before you've done it, don't you? You just can't stop it.
Without a doubt. You know, and the funny thing is